Well, hello everybody and welcome once again to my studio out here in the summer house. I'm Alan Casey, I'm a colour pencil artist and I love walking and exploring the countryside. Now on my channel, Muddy Underfoot, I like to show you some of the best areas that I love to walk, from long distance to short distance, and nearly always in the countryside, the wildlife as well, with the idea of taking lots of photographs which I hope to produce art projects from. Now, one art project which I was very lucky to get commissioned to do only a few years back was a book. Now, I've done a book of 10 circular walks in Constable Country. The book itself is called Up Constable Country. It's from a Halsgrove publications, and there'll be more about the book in a minute at the end of this video. So stay tuned and I'll do a review of the book and tell you, if you're interested, where you can buy it. Now, back to this walk. Well, our walk starts from the lovely little town of East Bergholt, which is home to our famous English landscape painter, John Constables. And I'll take you along the countryside lanes and fields down to Flatford Mill and the lovely River Stour down below. So, for no further ado, let's get on and go on our countryside walk.
Welcome to East Bergholt, the childhood home of John Constable. As we pass the old Red Lion Inn, just opposite are these delightful thatched cottages. And one is a dealer in hats in olden times. And close by to this house is the childhood home of John Constable, East Bergholt House. And passing on past this sign, you eventually come to the remarkable East Bergholt Church, which hasn't got a tower. And in the churchyard are some unusual gravestones. I'm in East Bergholt churchyard in South Suffolk. Behind me is the graveyard of Golding and Anne Constable, the parents of the famous painter John Constable, who made this area famous with his paintings of the pastoral scenery. Today I'm going to take you on a walk from here in East Bergholt to Flatford Mill, through the lovely countryside that Constable once walked, and back again. Well, because the church hasn't got a tower, this medieval bell house was built to house the bells. It was erected in approximately 1531 and houses some of the heaviest bells in England, some weighing in at 4.5 tons. They're still rung by hand on a Sunday morning. This is the gravestone of Willie Lott. Well, we're now about to start our walk properly, and we pass this delightful little cottage which was John Constable's early studio. Well, now, while on our route, we've left East Bergholt Church and just gone past John Constable's former studio, and we're now heading across open countryside. Apparently in the churchyard I found a grave with the name of John Constable on it, and talking to a tour guide, she reckoned it's not him, because he's actually buried at Hampstead. So I can assume that Constables must be sort of a popular name for the area, and it's just somebody else. But the dates do match up, so there's a mystery there to be solved by somebody. Now at the top of this footpath, believe it or not, there's hills in Suffolk. Not very big, but there are hills, and what a magnificent view of the Stour Valley. Well, this is the classic view of Dedham Vale, revealed from the top and featured in several of Constable's works. To the left is Dedham with the great tower of the church, and ahead is Stratford St Mary. Well, we're now walking down a lovely little tree-lined sunken lane. I don't know why it's called Dead Lane, but it's signposted to Dedham Road. It's very nice and cool in here on a very hot July day. Well, our path is now on the left hand side of the field, next to Fish Pond Wood. Well, our path now continues down Fen Lane, over this old wooden cart bridge, and silted upstream. This is the beautiful River Stour, and we're now heading towards Flatford Mill. Well, I can't think of a nicer place to stop and have your sandwich. It's right beside the River Stour, watching all these people walking around in their little boats, and some of them don't know where they're going. When you're walking along these little tracks, if you think back, John Constable must have walked along here with his paintbrush and saw the same scenes as we are now today. So I don't think there's much change from his day to ours, really. We eventually reached Flatford Mill, and inside is a delightful John Constable exhibition with all his paintings. And there are still artists outside the Flatford Mill today. Several of the artists' best known works were painted here. And the mill, which is a water mill, was once owned by John Constable, the artist's father. However, the mill now is an environmental study centre. But you can stand outside and gaze across the mill pond at Willie Lott's cottage, familiar to art lovers around the world. Well, we've now left Flatford Mill. We've seen Willie Lott's cottage. Unfortunately, the area is blocked off by the field centre area, which is private. There's a lovely visitor centre there. There's a centre on the John Constable himself with some paintings. Ice creams and drinks there. Now we're heading back to East Bergholt across some open fields. Now just behind me is this sign. It's the Stour Valley Way, which is another walk in this area, which I'll probably do another day. Well, I hope you enjoyed my walk along Constable Country and through to Flatford Mill. Now, if you want to follow in Constable's footsteps, you might be interested to know that I've actually had a book published. It's called the Boot Up Constable Country. It features 10 leisure walks, and it follows along the River Stour, various places along the River Stour, and every walk is associated in some way with John Constable.
This is a lovely little book. It's pocket size, so you can stick it in your pocket and walk along. So here we go. We've got my photographs. We've got a contents page. Each walk is listed. You get an area in here which says how to use the book. It's got the routes and the maps. What maps I recommend as well, which is the Ordnance Survey one to follow. The maps in here are only for guidance really. They're very simple little maps. There's a bigger map on the left hand side of this page which shows where all the walks are situated. So we're partly in Suffolk, partly in Essex, but following the River Stour all the way to the little estuary. Also as symbols used, which is a level of difficulty for the walks. This is in Suffolk. We don't have huge, massive, tall hills. What I call is little hillocks basically, but some are a little bit challenging. Each walk features a little area here which will tell you the length of the walk, the level, obviously being East Anglia, like I say, that there are slightly hills, through hills, the terrain, where you can park. It's got a grid reference as well for the particular map that I suggest. It's also got information which I've worked out for local pubs, shops, post offices, etc. Now, bearing in mind when you look at this book, things may have changed over the course of time. So I apologise to you now that if some of the shops are no longer there or the pub's no longer there, it's unfortunately it's what happens. Now, each walk is described, the route itself. I've actually walked every single route, so I know that these are correct at the time of producing this book. And as you go through, you'll see little coloured boxes which will give you information on the area that you're going through, and lots of information on history, geology, all that sort of stuff. So really, it's quite an interesting little book, I think. Got all my own photographs, and like I say, every walk in the book has got some connection in some way with John Constable, one of our greatest landscape painters. There's some woodland walks, riverside walks. There's a bit near Wormingford with a church. There's a little piece there about George and the Dragon, and pictures on the wall. So we're starting off near Sudbury Way, following the River Stour all the way along, picking up places of interest. There's a picture of me there, looking at what they call a dog stile. So the little bar lifts up and the dog can come through underneath. So no animals in the field like sheep can get through, but you just lift it up, a dog will come through, which is perfect. There we go. As you look through the book, there's a painting here in the Wissington Dragon painting, they call it, in the St Mary's Church of Wissington. There is a story, like I said, of George and the Dragon. Polstead. There was unfortunately there was a murder in that area, and I've got little details about that. It's called the Red Barn murder. There's a little area there in the book which tells you about that and what happened to Paul Maria Martin. So the book itself, I hope that you enjoy it, that you can follow through on every walk. It's available through the publisher, which is Halsgrove, and I'll put a link down below. It's also available in many bookshops throughout the area. including Waterstones, Jarrells in Norwich, and that all can get hold of this book. Any other little bookshop can get hold of it. It's available on the internet in several places, and on Amazon.co.uk as well. Current price is £4.99, which I think is really good value. Oh, look at this. This is Dedham, River Stour near Dedham, and we've got the lovely pollarded willows reflected in this water. It's a beautiful area to look at. Close to Flatford Mill as well. And then I've got a walk here, East Bergholt and Flatford. It's another nice walk around that area. Willie Lott's cottage. Another picture of Willie Lott's cottage there. I did actually find the grave of Willie Lott in the Constable Country DVD that you probably watched on the video there. There's a picture of it there. And where the house was where John Constable was. And information about his family in the churchyard as well. So we're heading along the River Stour. We're now in this walking along, and we're now in Catawade, which is a lovely area there. Nice and rural. This is an interesting one, Tatting Stone Wonder. I won't tell you what it is, but it is a fascinating story. So buy the book and you'll have a good read and find out what that Tatting Stone Wonder is. There we go, close to the end of the book, and there we are. That's 10, all walks are circular, so you can park wherever you can, or where I suggest. Do your walk, have your pub lunch. Brilliant. What a lovely way to travel and explore this area of Suffolk in East Anglia in the UK. So if you're interested, I'd be really appreciate it if you'd like to buy the book. Thank you.